Oh, so Lucas, the first thing we have to do is acknowledge how good that fan art is.
Oh, God, yes.
Because we've managed to record this far enough ahead of time where the thumbnail got to me before recording. And I sent you that fan art of like Kratos with the rainbow tattoo and like your haircut. And then just me as like little Atreus in the back going, yeah.
I'm so glad that I have a beard. Just because it now means I've got like a picture of like Kratos Lucas.
That's so good. Like, you know what it is? That is? That's Lutus. Lutos. Anyway, we're playing God of War today, and we've not discussed what we're going to do, because I completed God of War already. I was halfway through a Give Me God of War playthrough, and fuck me, that's hard.
I remember you showing me a bit of that where you just got one hit by like the lowest level enemy in the game.
Yeah, so we're not doing that, and I double checked. If you start a new game, you do get the way the game ends, because the way the game starts when you first boot it up, which is, if I show people, start a new game, yes. And what difficulty should we go to? Go, fuck it, give me a balanced experience.
I'd say so, yeah.
Because I'm not trying to impress anyone with this game.
No.
The combat in this game is good. It's not like Devil May Cry style where I want to challenge myself. I just want to style on enemies as Kratos.
It's good enough to do the job, but I don't think, it's not.
Oh, God. Right. So I had to double check because I was all on board for deleting my previous saves. I didn't know if you'd still get this moment.
Oh, God.
So if somehow people have not played God of War or seen this, from this point onwards, it is a single camera movement.
Yeah.
There are hidden loading screens, which you'll point out because they're funny. It's funny to notice, like, oh yeah, there's where they're loading the game. That's where they hid it.
Yeah.
But from this point on, there will be no loading. The camera will just follow Kratos on his journey.
Which is insane.
It's a immaculate, amazing, like flawless achievement for what they wanted to set out to make.
Mm-hmm.
Because they told it themselves, like, yeah, we're going to do a single camera movement. Like, you can't do that, and they fucking did. But I'm not sure if people can hear because I've had to like soundproof my PlayStation. The PlayStation's fucking going ham trying to render this right now. Like Kratos' beard, it's too detailed. They can't hack it.
We logged on and I was like, Karl, I can literally hear the PlayStation like through Discord.
Like, do you know what else you can hear though? Let's get a nice cold drink. Yeah, let's swing the Leviathan axe. Also, a good introduction to gameplay, because R1 is how you swing the axe.
If you're telling me he's not cutting down a tree in one.
Yeah, Kratos is going to swing this down in fucking one. I refuse to believe that Kratos couldn't take this tree down in one.
Maybe he just doesn't want to.
No,
he's not having to use his strength.
Well, there we go.
There we go.
I like that as well. Kratos angry scream. That is what I imagine when I think Kratos.
I'm not gonna lie, Karl. I think we're gonna see that subtitle multiple times.
Just Kratos angry scream. So, first things first, what do you think of just this Kratos redesign? Because I'm a big fan.
I'm a massive fan, and it was only recently when I saw a thing on Twitter, the old Kratos design next to this one, and was like, oh my god, it's so much better.
Yeah. I love this moment as well.
Oh god.
Also, you ready for the most ridiculous Easter egg ever? I'll say fasten this though. They still can't get that Last of Us 2 tech though. There it is. Do you know what he's holding there?
No.
Mistletoe.
Oh shit.
So your literal first look at Atreus, he's carrying mistletoe.
Fuck.
Yeah, how dumb is that? And as well,
yeah, like people will see later in the game.
Mistletoe plays a big role.
Just take note.
But the best bit is if you freeze frame it, he has a shit-eating grin on his face as well. Which is very in line with what Atreus' character ends up being by the end of the game.
Yes.
See, look, if you can do that, you can cut the tree down in one go. Yeah. But look at it!
The best thing is that Atreus doesn't really know anything else, so he's just like, yeah, my dad's pretty strong.
Yeah, we can talk about this because you might think, why does Atreus not have any sort of comment about the fact his dad is casually picking up an entire tree? And that's because the God of War novel, which I recommend people go read.
Oh, I've not read the novel.
I just read I skimmed it for that article I wrote about it, but there's a couple of really interesting things about Kratos and the world in there, such as Atreus has literally never met another person.
Yeah, he literally knows his parents because Kratos just basically
That is enough.
lived a life of isolation with them.
Yeah, and they lived in the woods alone. So the only human he's ever, or the only person, because Kratos isn't human, he's a god, he's ever seen is his dad, who can do
The
that.
only two people he's ever met are gods.
Father?
Like,
Is his mum a god? Is that a spoiler?
oh no,
Fuck
no,
it.
no! Like, no, she's not. To be fair,
Like, fuck it though. His mum's a great warrior because this is her.
yeah.
Everything is different.
Oh, Christopher Judge.
Try not to dwell on it.
Fuck yeah.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, when
What a strong introduction as well.
it's like, oh yeah, the only man in my entire life I've ever met can do that with trees,
Yeah, so he doesn't
and that's
take
just
it
a
seriously.
casual part of everyday life.
Yeah, because like, oh yeah, Dad goes out hunting. He drags in like a 50-ton boar. Whatever. Yeah, here we go.
Well, it's like Gohan in Dragon Ball Z, isn't it? Where Goku's just like hunting down these like giant fish the size of a house,
Yeah,
and he's just like, oh, cool fishing.
yeah, that's normal. I just love how casual it is.
Yeah,
Well, it's like you said, yeah, the idea that Kratos would require multiple swings to knock down that tree, when in previous games we see him like taking out the Titans, like the original creators of the world.
yeah.
And
I was
and
gonna mention like after what happened in God of War like 1 through 3, aka everything that happened to Kratos and Greece. I don't blame him for just go fuck it. We're not seeing anyone else anymore.
Yeah. Well, every single person he's ever met, also Bear McCreary, fucking knocks it out of the park with this one.
Oh god, yeah.
Is that as well the manliest name ever?
Very
Bear
McCreary, yeah.
fucking McCreary. Oh, it's just I fucking love this game.
Yeah, so I've to clarify, like we've both beat the game, but I've played it like once through when it came out. So bear with me, I'm not remembering every detail correctly, but I remember the main plot points.
I've done 2 playthroughs, once on normal, once on hard, and then I halfway through the God of War difficulty went, it's not fun, and I don't give a shit. I'm not one of those people like, oh, I need my Chivos,
Yeah.
so I don't care. And this is Kratos' new wife, the new hotness, Lafay. And like, spoilers, you never get to see what she looks like because you can't. Because how do you possibly comprehend like if they showed what she looked like, it's going to be a disappointment.
Oh, there. Do I see
Yeah.
Father?
So I've heard there's a lot of rumblings. Oh, can we have the DLC like before Atreus, like when
Yeah.
Kratos and Faye met? And do it like that, where you play as 2 players again, but you have Faye with you. It's like, no, I don't want that. It would ruin the mystique of the character to know what she looks like.
It really would. And what I don't get is, like, she's going to look like a female.
Yeah.
What do they call
It's similar to, at this point, just the absolute fervour for seeing what Master Chief looks like under the mask. It's like,
gonna be
spoilers,
disappointing.
he looks like a guy.
Oh, look at that! Look at that villain shot!
Oh, God.
You can tell why people were scared doing that, wouldn't you?
Oh, God, yeah.
Just keep in mind as well, Kratos is canonically 7 feet tall.
We did a Wiki Weekends, he was like 8 foot tall, wasn't he?
It varies. They keep changing it, but he is like some games have said he's 6'8", some have said 7 feet, and then other ones like they say he's 8 feet tall, which to me feels like just stories told about him.
Potentially, yeah, because at this point, there's literal tales of Kratos that is, hinted at in this game as well.
Yeah, he is like a legend in Greece. Like, he was the ghost of Sparta.
Well, he was a god. He was a god of war.
Yeah, and that as well. And there's not to mention when he was the god of war, he's growing 50 foot tall.
Yeah.
So maybe there would be rumours told about, but
I always forget he did that, and he has the power to do that.
only when he was the god of war. But it's really
Do,
cool.
it's weird because I don't remember much about the PS2 games and the PS3 games. Like, did he lose some of his god of war powers?
Yes, when he's the god of war, he can grow like hundreds of feet tall, and then he's using that to like end battles for Sparta, and then they take it away from him.
Ah, right, okay.
And then that's what forces him to go, or prompts him to go kill Zeus, I believe. But it doesn't matter because this is the softest of soft reboots, I feel. Because Kratos doesn't want to talk
I would
about his
argue
past.
this is quite a fucking hard reboot.
They still mention the fact he's still got the ashes, he still has a tattoo.
Like,
People still
it's one of
call-
those that it's maybe like the softest and hardest reboot at the same
Yeah.
time.
the knife.
Because, oh god.
Also, how strong is this kid? Because he holds on to that for a good like 5 seconds before he realises.
He does.
Sorry.
He tries to put up with it.
To impress his dad. But yeah, it's canonically, it's not really clear how tall Kratos is because I reckon a lot of that would come down to like rumours and stories, like the legendary Ghost of Sparta.
Yeah.
But I know Christopher Judge, who does the mocap for all these scenes, he's 6'4".
Now it is yours.
Honestly, it wouldn't have surprised me if you said, like, Chris Judge is 10 foot tall. I'd have been like, yeah.
But Chris Judge is 6'4". He's just on the cusp of it. Oh, my girlfriend's walking in the room. Hi.
Show me.
I'm playing God of War with my friend Lucas. What are you doing? It's this emotional moment of a kid stabbing like the sand. It's great. Okay. She's going for a shit. Sorry.
God, what the fuck?
Look at Kratos.
Oh god.
A little detail I
Look
do
at him.
like as well though is you can see that the ashes have started to just fade away a little bit.
A little bit.
Like there's parts of his skin where they've faded.
Dear.
But god, he'll never get away from that. And I think that is still
Which way?
one of just the worst fucking, like, punishments ever.
Yeah.
It's just, oh yeah, you're forever going to have the ashes of your dead family that you murdered all over your body. It's like, oh god.
It's a permanent reminder, isn't it, of like the sin.
It is, yeah. And I always got confused before I played God of War, like,
Very
you know, back in the day when God of War 1 first came out, I was like, why is this guy just pale as fuck?
Depends on you.
It's like, oh, he's not really pale. Because he's like, you know, Greek. That would make no sense for him to be that white. It's just, oh, the ash of his dead family.
It's also as well the tattoo, as well as being like, you know, quite cool. That's a birthmark that his brother Deimos had. And in honour of his brother, voiced by Elijah Wood, fun fact, Kratos got the same tattoo.
Oh,
And apparently his brother's worse
What
than he
did you
is.
find?
Yeah, what's he got?
Not deer though.
I was about to say, like, when you say worse, what do you mean? But I guess, yeah, Kratos is a fucking awful guy, to be fair.
Yeah, like Deimos is apparently an absolute fucking monster. And you do fight him in like one of the PSP games.
Yeah, and I've not played any of the PSP games. I've played through every mainline game once.
I love this. Can you imagine Kratos collecting fucking phones? Because that's what I love about all this shit. Because you do have like the journal, it's Atreus' journal, which I quite like. So it's written from the perspective of a child.
I really enjoy that, but yeah, it does feel very weird to have Kratos like inspecting these artifacts on the ground.
Well, that's the thing. Kratos doesn't inspect them. Atreus does, and Kratos, in fact, just sells them for money and doesn't give a shit.
Well, more just my point is, it's weird that he even takes the time out to pick them up.
Because they're worth money. Like, it doesn't make sense.
I suppose, but
yeah.
he also doesn't really need money.
Yeah, at this point in the game, it doesn't make sense. But when we get introduced, like, you know, the shop system, it would make sense for Kratos. Like, well, oh, look at this wonderful historical artifact with all the history behind it. Kratos go, how much?
Yeah.
It's like if you beat the Valkyries. Because, yeah, the Valkyries in this game, like the hidden super boss. Mm-hmm. If you beat the Valkyries, it's like, oh, Dad, are you happy that we freed them? Father, are you happy that we freed the Valkyries and they're able to guide the dead back to Valhalla? He's like, no, we can sell this hell for a lot of money, though. It's like all he gives a shit about, and it's great.
More tracks?
Yeah, but they're too round. Could be a wild boar.
Yeah, but...
Good.
Oh, go
Now
on.
what?
I'll press circle.
And I will admit, I was very unimpressed when I first saw this game, and everyone freaked out and was like, oh my god, God of War's back, and I was like, this demo does not sell me at all.
And that was a huge thing. Have you seen the documentary, is it Raising Kratos?
I've not watched it yet, no.
It's really good. There's like a lot of like inside information about that, and they talk about how they could not get this demo to work. Like, this was the only working part of the game, and they were really worried because obviously God of War is a series that's defined by its huge big set pieces, and there wasn't one in this game. It was more just like a visual and technical showcase. But then they talk about the fact that the game is a visual and technical showcase, but we couldn't really get that across at the time because it basically didn't work properly.
Oh god.
And like this section here, this is all they had of the game for like the first 2-3 years of development.
Oh man.
Yeah, they had like 10% of the game done. Oh.
Yeah,
How are we gonna get across?
yes.
Step aside.
Step aside. So that means you've not seen all the stuff about the Leviathan axe, have you?
Wow.
I've heard tidbits, but yeah, I've not watched it myself, so I don't know the full extent.
Okay, well, the thing about the Leviathan axe is... Well, we'll throw it in a sec. We've got this story bit here. Oh! That. Oof, the impetuousness of youth.
What are you doing?
Oh,
Now
there it is.
guard is up. Only fire.
I love as well when Kratos gets angry, you hear like the
Only fire.
hints of the old soundtrack.
Fire.
Yeah.
Like you hear the like orchestral, like the god within him is rising. It's like, oh no! Then it fades away,
Find it.
and you hear like the new God of War theme with LaFay singing, don't you?
Find
Yeah.
it.
It's a bit on the nose, but at the same time, yeah, God of War is a bit on the nose, so I kind of forgive it for that.
And I think it's a bit on the nose, like, only when it's been pointed out to you, though.
Yeah, when Kratos is angry,
Yeah.
they play song. Also, we don't have Atreus just yet, so it's so fucking cool. Fuck you. Kratos doing air combos.
Because, yeah, I remember seeing the combat and going like, oh, man.
I'm unimpressed. Like the combat's really good. It's very meaty. Is the word.
Yeah,
people like
when
to
you
use.
play it, it's very visceral.
And very.
But obviously, it was like a demo that came out, I think, a couple of years before the game did, as well. So it's not like they had it down.
Here we go. And it can be like really in depth. The problem is there's like a couple of good moves.
Yeah.
Like that are good.
And
So,
I ended up relying a lot on like the relics and stuff.
Yeah, which basically you need those in the hard modes.
Yeah.
Oh no, he got me. let's try
Stuff like the Valkyrie fights and that, yeah, I heavily relied on that
Oh,
stuff.
press hold L and text evade. Can you not do it on reaction? No, you can't. So you have to basically be holding a direction console. Because I was thinking, can I press and do it on reaction? You can't. You basically have to be holding a direction as you do it.
Oh, you already have to be moving.
Yes. Which I guess is alright. I'm just like trying to get used to the combat again because
Yeah.
I didn't do my usual practice like I did with some of the other games we played because the combat in God of War is not too difficult. Like even the Valkyries, which are Valkyries are so tough. It's like, they're not. It's just memorization of patterns.
Yeah.
Draugr.
Yeah.
They've never come this close to our woods before.
As well, our woods. They're our, well, Lucas, they're our woods. Yeah, Mother says that's our warriors who died. Their souls too stubborn, too angry to stop fighting. I respect that.
Yeah.
They fight off the Valkyrie that came to protect them, collect them. I don't believe that, given every Valkyrie that's in this game. I don't think one of these Draugr could beat one of those Valkyries.
Maybe it's just though, like, they fight them off a little bit and the Valkyrie goes, alright,
Well,
alright.
if you don't want to go Valhalla, you don't want to go to the Great Hall, fuck you.
It's like, if they resist, it's like, okay then.
Like, fuck you. But I also appreciate as well that initial combat, there's a story reason why Atreus can't help you. Because it wants to teach you each element individually. Ooh, puzzles. Dumb puzzles. You know as well Kratos fucking hates puzzles.
Yeah.
Should we be in here?
I do what I want. I do what I want, boy.
I think, oh, there you go. I think at some point, like, in the game, he does mention, like, why are we doing this kind of thing.
It's because the dead don't need gifts. And it makes sense as well because he's a Spartan.
Oh, yeah.
Spartans don't give a fuck. Like, you're dead, who gives a shit? Ooh. So, you want to have a go pronouncing that word, Lucas?
Idun?
Fuck it, Idun apples are the choice food of the gods. There are 9 in the world. Fucking hell. Must be hungry then. The choice food of the gods, there's 9. Oh yeah, so about the Leviathan axe, there was a great bit about the axe, specifically in the Raising Kratos documentary. They talk about how initially you could throw the axe, but you had to go collect it.
Yeah.
So if I just did that, imagine how fucking annoying it's going to be. I've got to go all the way over there to get it. So
And then, you know, spoilers, we get to a bit in a giant lake where it's like, imagine throwing your axe to the other side of the lake and having to go down, get to your boat.
Yeah, go get your axe.
Yeah, oh god.
And then they thought, oh, maybe how we be able to throw it in combat. But then it meant like we're limiting the combat rooms that we can do and stuff like that. So what they did is say, okay, how about we return it like Mjolnir does? But then what they did is they made it just return straight to Kratos' hand, but it didn't look good or feel good.
Yeah.
So there is an entire algorithm built into the axe that It will follow when you recall it,
We do
which
what we please, boy.
I like that.
No
We
excuses.
do what the fuck we want. I love it. That's the Kratos I know and love.
It is.
Loading screen.
Yep, it is.
Yeah, so that's how they hide
any
it.
door, any like crack that we have to squeeze through.
That's a loading screen.
Can I have my bow back now?
Can you hit it from here?
That.
We should get closer.
I like that he's not willing to say no.
Well, you think you got to remember though, he's part of his dad as well. So yeah.
Yeah.
I went
Cool.
hunting with Mother a bunch of times.
Oh yeah.
Never wanted to take me.
It really impresses me the way that the dialogue changes. So like it's very echoey now
Time.
Yeah.
because they're in these giant echoey caves.
The sound, like I said, this game is technically pretty much flawless. I don't think I encountered a single bug when I played it.
I encountered a couple, but it's for sure like one of just the most technically excellent games I've ever played.
So polished.
Just one of the best games I've ever played as well.
Yeah.
To clarify, but even just like on a technical level, it's like for example, Breath of the Wild, potentially my favorite game ever at this point, and I will, happily admit that it's not technically flawless. It's fucking, just the fact that you get lag all over the place.
Yeah. There we go. Fuck you. Fuck you. So we can't do any cool combat stuff just yet. Oh.
We can't. But man, imagine playing a Captain America game where you punch like
Yeah.
that.
Oh my god. Like, that's what that Avengers game, if the combat should be this.
And weirdly enough, they got, I think it was the combat director from this game onto Avengers.
And then didn't, like, get him to just, like, make...
Well, I think he
this
helped
kind of
them with
combat.
stuff like Thor's hammer.
Oh, well, dude, that makes perfect sense. And
Yeah.
that's what this game is. So we should probably explain that. Like, when Kratos doesn't have the axe, you fight barehanded. You might
Yep.
think, well, what's the point of fighting barehanded? It raises a stun meter. That's not useful just yet, because we don't have any new combat moves. which
But it
we will
becomes
do
really fucking useful.
eventually, though. As people probably saw then in the combat, I was throwing and recalling the axe over and over again. That's because the axe is programmed to follow a path that will allow it to hit the most enemies when it returns to Kratos,
Oh, right, okay.
making that a useful thing to do in combat. And then, whoop, because it's an ice axe, it freezes, and I fucking love that as a gameplay mechanic.
Yep.
Such a good idea. It's so just like clever.
And I think
It's such a simple thing, but they do so much with it.
this game is a really, really good example of giving in-world justifications for things that are happening.
He can
Yeah.
no longer use it.
Like, yes, you are freezing the puzzle because you have a frost axe.
Yes. Why do you have a frost axe? Because it's fucking cold in Norway.
And
Ugh.
yeah,
So fun.
I think you'll obviously see way more examples of it, but yeah, this game just has such good world building.
Yeah, and as well, Lucas, this is why I appreciate they spent like a year and a half doing this. Did you ever get bored of throwing the axe?
Nope.
There's a reason I'm throwing it over and over again, because it feels good.
Relax.
And the
Even
fact
at end of game, I was testing it of like, oh well, I'll throw it over here. I'll walk down like this area, and then I'll try recalling my axe.
So I want to get it in the eye.
Steady yourself.
So I want it in the eye. I want to get the eye shot. No, it won't let me. I have to get the kill shot, Lucas.
Oh god.
Exhale.
Oh, the kill shot.
I got it.
I got it, Father. I killed it. I killed that deer.
Oh god.
Oh. So this is the father-son moment.
It's still alive.
Don't worry, son. I'll take care of it. You should be able to whip out the axe. It's magical ball. Not this ball, sorry, the deer.
Yeah, the thing is, it looks like a really special deer.
To be fair, though,
Finish what you started.
it's just, yeah, I'm guessing everything in this world looks like this.
But they don't.
No, just this big old thing. What
Like,
does it
you
taste
never see anything like this again.
It might be the last of its kind.
It
You don't
might
know.
be.
Then
And
again,
Kratos is just like, we do what we want.
I love that he says that. You can't even be mad at him for that justification.
No.
It's like, I do what the fuck I want, I'm the God of War.
To be fair, after God of War 3, I think I'd have the mentality of I'd do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah, you would have a very nihilistic worldview after that. And it's... So I believe this is where the demo ends.
Was it, yeah?
In the initial like preview of the game. And it's also different. Do you remember what happens in the previous?
I don't remember it, but I remember playing this game and being like, it's different from what it was in the demo.
It's slightly worse, in my opinion.
Oh, okay.
I'll explain why in a second, but we've got to wait. But let's have this father-son bonding moment, just chilling. Oh, can't do it. And I love moments like that. That you see that crate, like he wants to bond with his son, he just doesn't know how.
Because